Well, hello, welcome to the Wild Cardinal Network. This is your host, Tony Madsen, here tonight. We're out at the Field House on a Wednesday night before a Jamboree game, season 2024. And we are going to talk with the people that I think are about the most important part of the high school football team, the offensive linemen. Now, Coach Dupre, how are you this year?
Doing good, thank you.
It's a brand new year. There's some new stuff out there, like a brand new stadium. Tell me a little bit about the atmosphere with your linemen here as we're getting ready to kick off the season.
Oh, well, I think with all of us, there's a lot of excitement in the air about being able to play our games at home. And you can just feel the sense with these kids when they're out there with other things that we've been doing, having our little retreat and other stuff, and just the growing sense of being able to play games at home. Really looking forward to it.
Ask him a little bit about a Jamboree game.
That's great. So what are your hopes for this new season, especially with this Jamboree coming up this Friday?
Well, more important for us probably than in years past, we've got a lot of competition right now with the offensive line going through it. So the Jamboree, which is basically a glorified practice, it sort of helps us work through all those guys who are still competing for spots. Right? Obviously, just like you hear at any level when you're playing a preseason or / practice game, the biggest thing you want is to come out of that healthy, right? But other than that, it's about letting guys who haven't had a lot of seasoning yet get some game tempo underneath the lights against a different opponent. And then it's, like we said, just about them figuring out working together and who's going to be our lineup, because we still really haven't solidified a starting five yet.
Coach, with the Jamboree coming up in the season ahead, what do you look forward to most this season, and how your game plan is going to work out?
Yeah, well, I'm just excited this season watching these guys, because they've been working hard, competing hard. I've been doing this for a long time, starting year 36, and this is as good as I've had a group of guys really working hard and working together with a lot of effort. So I'm just looking forward to see what they can do. Sure. So I'll just introduce them and give them the mic. So first up right here, we've got our newest member to the offensive line crew. He was sort of on the cusp for a while. This is Cooper Kurth, who plays tight end for us. And a lot of the things we do in our scheme, tight end is essentially an offensive lineman for a lot of our run game. And so Coop has been working real hard and got tremendous improvement, actually just from last year to this year. We've seen a lot of good things from him. So, again, looking forward Friday night to see what he can do against another colored jersey.
Thank you, Coach.
So let's start off here with Cooper Kurth, who plays tight end for us, who is, in our scheme, essentially an offensive lineman as well, especially in our run game. So I'll give it to Coop, and he can tell us a little bit about himself.
Thank you so much, Coach. Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm going to be a senior this year, and I haven't always played tight end, but it's kind of a transition I had to make. Like after my sophomore year, we had a guy come in. He was playing tight end a little bit, got hurt. He decided to take a step away from football, and they moved me in, and started playing this last year, my junior year. It's been great. I've loved it. Like everything about tight end for me is it works, because I get the best of both worlds. I get to be a receiver, and I get to help these dudes on the interior blocking, and it's great. I mean, we all communicate great, and I'm really excited for this season. I think communication-wise and effort-wise, this is the best offensive line, the best blocking we've had, and a lot of these other receivers are starting to block too, so it's looking really good this year.
Thank you, Coop. Next, by the way, these are all our seniors we're doing first. We got Rocco Faiupu. This is his third year starting for us at left tackle. Left tackle is sort of anchor, especially when you throw the ball as much as we do. And so we're looking forward to Rocco having a big year.
Thank you, Coach. My name is Rocco Faiupu, like Coach was saying, and I play left tackle. And I'm looking forward to my senior year here at St. Michael. Like he was saying, Cooper Kurth, honorary lineman, and I'm not going to say who that is. But it's really fun working with Cooper Kurth, with our tight ends, Cooper Helper, and I'm looking forward to this Friday and next Friday.
Again, also with this group, happy to have him back this year, John Travis, who missed all of last year with an ACL rehab, and so we're really excited to get John back for his senior year.
Thanks, Coach. Yeah, I'm really happy to be back, missing all of last year. Back in training camp of last year, tore my ACL, didn't get to play at all, had surgery. But, yeah, I'm really happy to be back this year. I think I'm more hungry than I ever have been. I've played offensive line my whole time here, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I really love what we do here, especially getting to protect for these big name guys that we're starting to get here. It's really starting to get exciting around here with the new potential that we got. But I wouldn't have it any other way. I love protecting those guys. So.
Thank you, John. I appreciate it, gentlemen. All right, next we have Grady Skipper with us, who's hopefully going to contribute a lot for us this year. His first time start. He did start a couple games last year, got in there and helped us out, but now we're expecting a lot more out of Grady, and so I'll give it to Grady for him to tell you a little bit more about him.
My name's Grady. I'm number 56. I play right tackle. I'm year 2026, so that's when I graduate. I think we're going to do a lot this year, have a good season.
Thank you, Grady. And if you mess up, just keep going. He'll cut stuff out, okay? Also with us is Aiden Bodine, who I affectionately call Boudin, okay? Boudin, again, been working hard for us. He's playing a lot in the interior. A lot of competition amongst our junior and sophomore offensive linemen. So, again, that's why this Jamboree is so important to see how that all shakes out with those guys, right? It's more important than them as far as the other ones, as far as getting in there and mixing it up. So, Aiden, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
My name's Aiden. They call me Boudin. I'm number 59. I'm a junior. I got two younger brothers. One of them's a freshman, and one of them's in third grade.
Thank you, Aiden. And lastly with this group is Chase DeRoy. Same thing. Chase is really getting in there, trying to get some playing time, working hard. He's had a good week this week, and so we're looking forward to see what he can do against another color because, again, he's had a good practice. Chase?
My name's Chase. I'm a junior, and I'm looking forward to. I'm number 53, and I'm looking forward to home games.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yes, we do that. What do you feel about that, Coach? That's typical. Let's keep it. We'll go with that. I'll get something out of that. Let's move in the next fellas. Okay. All right. Thank you, gentlemen. Coach.
All right, as we get set to shuffle through a few more players.
Last group. This is our last group.
Did you start with the seniors, Coach, and move down? Okay, we were into the lower classmen here?
You get on the end, Coach.
Except for Mr. Boudin. Mr. Boudin was a freshman, is he not?
No, he's got a brother who's a freshman.
Gotcha. Okay, go right ahead.
All right. So next we have Jimmy Rowe. Jimmy Rowe has been working hard, and Jimmy's looking forward to this season. We'll let him tell you a little bit about it.
My name is Jimmy Rowe. I'm number 52, and I have one sibling who's graduated from St. Michael and two cousins. I'm really looking forward to this season.
And next we have Peter Riley. Peter Riley has been working hard for us this offseason and, again, is really competing for some playing time. So very excited to see what he does this Friday and see how everything shakes out. Peter, tell us a little bit about you.
My name is Peter Riley. I'm number 68. I play right tackle. I'm a junior. I have two siblings, two older sisters. One's in college and one's a teacher.
Thank you, Peter. And finally, with our group that's here right now is Cole Singley. Cole is the youngest of the group. He's the only sophomore that's in this group we're introducing here. And again, Cole's also in the mix for some playing time this year. So, Cole, a little bit about you.
I'm Cole Singley. I have one sibling, and she goes to St. Patrick's. I play center, and I'm number 64.
Thank you, Cole. Appreciate it.
Awesome, thank you. Well, let's have just a couple of questions because this is a class. Mitchell, let's have a question for Peter.
Peter, you're on the right tackle, correct?
Mm-hmm.
What is your matchup that is like your dream matchup to go against?
Dream matchup?
Dream matchup.
Like a play or like a certain person?
Like a certain person.
Certain person? Well, my dream matchup, I like going against Sarge. He's kind of small, so it's kind of easy, but yeah, that's what I would have to say.
All right, Franklin, have yourself a question with Mr. Rowe.
All right, Jimmy. So, what are your kind of hopes for this next season going in? Y'all have a really young offensive line besides the 3 seniors. What's been happening, I guess, this summer with the offensive line battle?
It's been a lot of battling for varsity positions. So I'd hope to get some more play time on varsity, but these other guys have really been fighting it out for the top 5. So it's really been interesting.
That's great.
I got a question that any 3 of you can answer. All right, we've had a good number of men walk through the door here. We've introduced all the offensive linemen. What are you doing to kind of percolate to the top and get yourself into the games?
Really, it's all about working every day, being consistent, like working out, not skipping reps and stuff like that. Taking every chance you can to, to get some playing time. So.
Mr. Rowe, answer the same question.
I think it all boils down to the effort you put in, because you're never going to get more out than you put in.
Yeah, like Jimmy said, it's all about the effort. It's also about the work you put in when no one's watching in the off season, and even when you're not at practice, putting in work to earn a spot.
I'm glad you mentioned the off-season. Coach Dupre, if we'll come back to you and we'll kind of close things up, let's talk a little bit about the off-season and kind of the workouts you put these young men through in the off-season. Is it voluntary? Do you get on them and ride them every couple of weeks, or what does their off-season look like?
It's pretty much voluntold, right? I mean, it's understood that we're here. I think everyone understands that you got to be here to get better and to improve. Coach Rivers talks a lot about how football, unlike some of the other things, is a practice sport, because we spend most of our time practicing and we only get 10 shots at it throughout the year, right? You get 10 games that are guaranteed to you, and all the rest of the time you're practicing. So football is all about practice, getting reps and doing it. And these guys will tell you, we started early, right? It's probably back in late February, early March, where we started doing football stuff. I mean, immediately when the last season ended, we were in the weight room working out and conditioning. But from looking at football and going back and looking at film and walking through plays when we have them in athletic period, it's all about football and getting prepared. So they've been working since March. So I think we're all just excited to get through this offseason and finally get to a different opponent, because I think they're tired of seeing each other.
Coach, with all the hard work you guys put in, who is the core leader on that O-line group that kind of leads the charge for everybody?
Well, it can be different. I mean, there's different guys at different times depending on the situation. I mean, consistently, you would hope that your seniors are coming up with leadership, and I think Rocco Faiupu shows a lot of that leadership. John Travis shows a lot of that leadership. But depending on what we're doing from day to day, all these guys have had times where they have stepped up and been leaders, which we're fortunate to have.
One more question for you, Coach Dupre, before we leave. What makes the O-line such an important and different position from all the rest in football?
Well, it goes a lot with the fact that to be an offensive lineman, you have to be selfless. We talk a lot, like our core value this year is service. And when we look at football, offensive linemen sort of embody that more than anything else. I mean, they're the only guys on the field who work for everybody else, right, and don't get any glory. They're also the only guys on the field that all the action's happening behind them. So they have no clue what's going on at any point in time. And so they just got to do their job and trust in their other folks to do their job and provide for others, right? So the quarterback looks good, the running backs look good when the offensive linemen do their job, right? When the offensive linemen don't do their job, then everyone else suffers.
Well, Coach Dupre, thank you very much for joining us tonight and bringing your offensive line in for us. Good luck this season. Safe play. Tell me just one last thing. Alma Bryant is kind of a large school.
Yes.
Is there anything you have to do specially to prepare for like an extra large number of athletes like that?
Yeah, no, not really. And in fact, we're treating this just like practice. So right now it's all about us, right, and what we do to make us better. So we haven't looked at Alma Bryant. We don't know what they're going to do in offense, what they're going to do in defense. We're just going out there and play and adjust to whatever they do.
Great. Thank you very much. There's one last favor I'd like to ask from each one of you, okay? We are going to sign off all of our when we leave the network every night. We're going to say, St. Michael, defend us. I'm going to say St. Michael. The response is defend us, okay? You guys ready with the defend us? Yes, sir. All of you. I mean, just nice and big. Get some air in your lungs for me, all right? All right, the offensive lineman for St. Michael. St. Michael,
defend us.
Thank you.